And welcome back, everybody. We're ready for hockey here in Carolina. Tonight's Panthers telecast on Fox Sports Florida is presented by the Florida Lottery. And here we go, the start of this road trip for the Panthers. Tim Thomas and BB&T in the nets.
Consistent Tim Thomas. He's been great.
6-2-2 in his last 10 games for Thomas. And here we go. Carolina's been off for 4 days, a rare 4-day break in the middle of the year. And right off the get-go, the puck goes out of play.
For the Hurricanes, Anton Khudobin. 7th straight start. He has impressive numbers on the year for Khudobin. 7 of his 9 starts, he's allowed 2 goals or less. He's been a rock, filling in for Cam Ward.
Interesting guy. He was the backup in Boston in 2011 when they won the Stanley Cup. And it's just his 31st NHL game. Off the draw in the Panther zone. It's swiped out to center. Fleischmann, Upshaw, and Bukestad out there. Panther scratches tonight. Mato Gomez and Jimmy Hayes sits it out as Chris Barch gets back in there for Florida. Jesse Winchester is on the trip. He's out tonight, but could return before the trip ends Monday at Pittsburgh, Tuesday in Buffalo. Talusti up ahead. Hurricanes break in. Falk jumps up. But the feed over to Talusti from Semin was in his skates. Thought for sure Semin would go for Falk. Steal here. Chance in front. Talusti stopped by Thomas. Up at the point, it's held in by Sekera. His slap shot was deflected off the stick of Upshaw and goes out of play.
And for Peter Horachek, this starts a stretch of 8 of 11 on the road. He said we need a better start and we need a more consistent work ethic. And for Kirk Muller and the Hurricanes, they're looking for goals. They've lost 2 straight. They've been shut out in both of those games. That's the first time that's happened for the Hurricanes since November of 2011.
And they have never been shut out 3 times in a row as a franchise, whether here in Carolina or before they moved here to North Carolina from Hartford. The old Hartford Whalers. Still might be the most popular team not in existence in sports. Kirby threw one on goal, the former Sabre. Kulikov tried to clear it out, but it stays in the zone. So now it's Jordan Staal. Puck free along the boards. Brad Boyes wins the battle, gives to Bergenheim, and he'll dump in. Ron Hainsey back. Bergenheim bearing down on him. He cut in front of him. Hainsey grabs him, ties him up. Boyes steals away from Staal, but Hainsey takes back. Barkov, nice play to hold it in for Bergenheim. Takes a shot, and Khudobin, his first shot, first save of the game.
And for the Panthers, they got to be better in the first period. Not very good against San Jose. Peter Horachek said we got to start games better. It's a bit concerning. Said they gave up 17 scoring chances against the Sharks, 21 shots on net. So the Panthers have to start better tonight against Carolina.
Panthers captain Ed Jovanovski paired up with Goodbranson. Here's Gotch, Kopetsky, and Huberdeau. This is a line the Panthers could really use some offense from. Good play by Huberdeau. Gotch off the outside of the post. Gotch again working along the boards. Now the Hurricanes take away. And the reverse.
Good shot by Gotch. I think they got a good piece of that post down low.
That's the thing with Huberdeau. You know, we know about the offensive struggles. Has to be frustrating for him first time in his life at any level. You know, he's got to work his way through it literally.
He's got to play faster. They got him to move, so he's got to work harder, play faster, be better away from the puck for Huberdeau. But he's a player. Panthers need secondary production, so players like Huberdeau, Thomas Fleischmann, they've got to provide some offense. The numbers for Huberdeau, 17 points. And for him, forget about the numbers. Throw them out the window. Just work away from the puck. Be better defensively. The offensive chances will come because he is so naturally gifted offensively.
Now, a guy that's kind of subscribed to that theory is Drew Shore. He's out there now with Matthias and Barch. And a hand pass called out here at center. So a choppy start to the game.
And we had a good conversation about Drew Shore with Peter Horachek this morning.
I asked about Shore because he played 16 minutes last game, and Peter Horachek says here's a guy hungry to stay here, and he's embraced the role that he's got on this team. So he's not worried about numbers and any of that stuff. Do what you need to do to stay in the lineup.
And that's the thing. And if I'm on the 4th line tonight and I played the 4th line, this is a game going in as a 4th liner, I might have a chance to play because players are struggling. So if you come out with a couple big shifts and hits, you might get that extra ice time. That's what Shore did last game, was rewarded.
Pass in front, stolen away by Brian Campbell. Here comes Matthias. Chips off the boards. Barch fell down, though, and we'll get an icing call on the Panthers. So another whistle early on. You can follow the Panthers on social media, Twitter, Instagram. You get cutting-edge entertainment, inside looks, pictures of the Panthers, behind the scenes, all there for you. Panthers social media, powered by Ford.
And these were games as a fourth liner that I was geared up to play. I knew if I came out, banked some bodies and was going, maybe I got some extra ice time as the game wore on. And Peter Horacek right now searching for players to be productive. So third line, fourth line, wherever you are, good start. You'll get the ice time.
And sure was that, and no coincidence, he got that first goal of the season Tuesday night against the Islanders. And there's Shore shooting in. And that fourth line offered a change for the Panthers. Cats come in 4-2-2 in the last 8 games. Done a good job of picking up points for the most part, but they need to put 2-point efforts and W's on the board, particularly against these teams like Carolina's 4 points ahead of them in the standings. In regulation, you need those victories. Here's a chance for Upshaw, knocked away. Fleischmann goes to the net, took a swipe at it, but couldn't control. And Eric Stahl up ahead for Hainsey, the defenseman. Salusti over the Panther line, knocked away by Weaver. Played back to the point. Hainsey fires. Thomas with a glove save.
And Tim Thomas, what can you say about Tim Thomas? Gives your team a chance every single night. Playing his best hockey. Last 10 games, he has a .937 save percentage. Anything over .920 is considered elite, so .937 through the roof for Tim Thomas.
3 minutes and 20 seconds gone by here in this opening period. Puck deflects, and the Hurricanes try to hold it in the zone, and this one again goes out of play. 16:34 left in the first. We've seen a period's worth of whistles already, haven't we?
A lot of whistles, too. And the Hurricanes have struggled. Inconsistency up top. They're big guns. Eric Stahl, Kirk Muller, hasn't been going. So, big guns, your captain, Eric Stahl, not going. It's tough for your team to have success. One player that is going for the Hurricanes, Jeff Skinner, 17 goals his last 19 games.
What a role he has been on. 21 years old. Remember, had those injury problems. Panthers will need to keep an eye on him, no question. Sekera deep at his own end. Gerby turned it over at the blue line. Taken back now by Dwyer. And he'll dump in. That one goes out of play again, and another stoppage.
And Jeff Skinner's been red hot, and you look at the numbers for him. Slow start, first 14 games, 3 goals, 7 points, and look what he's done since. Wow. He won the Calder Trophy back in 2010 and 11, and been up and down, but when he's healthy and going, not very big, but he can light up the scoreboard.
And he had 13 goals in 42 games last year, so you see the major pickup offensively. Panthers deep in their own zone. Huberdeau feeds it up the boards nicely, and Gotch flips in. Kopetsky on his horse, gets there first ahead of Hainsey. They give to Gotch. He plays it around. Huberdeau, nice lift of the stick, and they give back again for Gotch. Up to the point, has Jovanovski. He'll let one go, and Hudobin will hold it. So a pretty simple, but good shift again by that Gotch line.
Got to be able to work down low, get the shots on net. Everything has to go to the net tonight. Get over that blue line. Get it towards the goaltender, Hudobin. Hudobin's been playing well, so another one of those goaltenders that if he sees the puck is probably going to make the saves. Traffic becomes important. Got to be able to get to those second chances, the rebounds, and there is Hudobin. He has filled in really nice. Cam Ward, the backup, Justin Peters, has played well, but Hudobin's come in and has played better, and that's why he's getting the starts.
Yeah, no, he's lost 2 in a row, but the team didn't score any goals in those 2 games. He had won 6 straight. He was 6-0, now 6-2. Gilbert battling along the boards, trying to hold it in, but the Hurricanes forced the puck to center. On the back check, it was Drew Shore. Harrison glides back to his own line, tipped by Matthias, glove down, and they'll get a hand pass there. They'll say Shore got the glove on it, and then Matthias was the next to touch. Bring the family out to see the Panthers Young Guns in action. Pick any 2 games this month or next month, and you see the deal. Tickets, parking, and a whole lot more. Packages for lower level tickets, $50 and $25 for uppers, 954-835. Puck, next Panther home game, and it's one I'm looking forward to. Next Friday, Patrick Waugh and the Colorado Avalanche come to town for the only time this year. Panthers beat them in Colorado back in November. What a season Semyon Varlamov has had in goal for Patrick Waugh, the new head coach. Puck put right in front of the Panther net. Carries to the boards. Gerby puts it in front through Jordan Staal, who was all alone. Here's a shot from Dwyer. Pad save by Tim Thomas, who once again has come out sharp. Panthers clear to center. And all the way down. Staal had it stolen away by Brad Boyes. Staal again. That's Jordan popping it to the Panther line. Moved along quickly by Kulikov.
Both teams struggling to score goals. Some red-hot goaltending, and probably figures to be a low-scoring game again.
Bergenheim after the puck. Plays it around for Alexander Barkov. Out in front, Bergenheim. Save, and then Hudobin able to cover it up. Good setup, Barkov for Bergenheim.
What you like about Bergenheim? Just a smart dump. Move the feet, Bergenheim. And now watch him beat his man out of the corner. Quickly beats Falk out of the corner. And then gets that chance. But the hustle by Bergenheim beats his man out of the corner. Barkov right on the stick.
Off the draw, Barkov again gets the feed from Boyes. Gives it to Boyes. Save. Rebound. Boyes again in the slot. Backhander deflects wide. Barkov fights off the check of Falk. It's Bergenheim. But then stolen away by Sekera. And here comes Salusti right up the gut. Salusti over the Panther line. Plays it over the wing for Semin. Deflected by Kulikov. And it's out of play. Little more than 6 minutes gone by here in the opening period in Carolina. The Cats and the Canes are scoreless.
Scoreless early in Carolina. Ed Jovanovski, the first overall pick for the Panthers back in 1994. Coming up on 1,100 games. Radek Dvorak in his 18th season. He was the 10th overall pick in 95. And look at the numbers for those two players. First 3 draft picks for the Panthers. Rob Niedermeyer, Ed Jovanovski, and Radek Dvorak. The first 3 first-round draft picks all played well, over 1,000 games. Drafted well right off the start. Those two veterans still going.
Dvorak now in his 18th year in the NHL. Skinner with a steal. Ruutu. Huberdeau on him. Ruutu climbs away. Penalty coming up on the Panthers. And here we go. Carolina getting the first power play chance early on.
This ends up being a holding call. And Peter Horchak, a wry smile on his face. So this gets against Huberdeau. And Huberdeau's been taking, along with the struggles, has been taking a lot of penalties. And that has just added to the frustration for Huberdeau. Just wraps him up with that free hand. And I think he just did it too long. He had that hand on the stick. Got to keep 2 hands on your stick. Try and keep that stick on the ice, but he wrapped him up.
All right, Panther penalty killing has been phenomenal of late. They'll try to keep it going. Ace underwriting brings us the penalty kill. Semin for Skinner. Skinner has been red hot. Skinner holds on now and goes down low for Staal. Puts it in front. Weaver positioned well. Panthers unable to clear. Lyles able to hold it in. They got him in a trade a few weeks ago from Toronto. Lyles at the line. Takes a shot. It goes wide. Skinner plays it off the end boards. Goes cross ice. Good stick again by Weaver. And poked to the Carolina line.
Panthers penalty killing has been exceptional. They're on the same page. But they're paying more of a price in the shooting lanes. More aggressive. You don't want to block shots. Get your teeth knocked out. Get in those lanes. Whatever it takes. You have no business being on the penalty kill. So right now, they're doing a much better job.
Eric Staal able to work it free, and now Lyles at the blue line. Watched by Shore, flips it over to Semin. On the goal line, put out in front by Lindholm, and again, Weaver got a piece of it. Third time in this penalty kill, he's blocked the puck. Lyles again, and now the shot comes through wide. Here's Semin, Holden. Semin takes a look, goes down low again, put in front, Thomas, Rob Staal, and then the rebound, and a puck goes out of play. Captain Eric Staal against Tim Thomas, and Thomas wins it.
Your best penalty killer, a lot of times, is your goaltender. You're going to see Staal pull out in that high slot. And just Tim Thomas, the rebound for Skinner was there. He shot it high and wide, but he released quickly, found that dead zone between the 4 Panthers penalty killers, and Staal the quick release. Thomas had an answer.
And as you said, Skinner shot it right out of play, so the puck comes out to center. The faceoff does.
Tim Thomas has an extraordinary ability to read plays. He's quick, but he follows the puck well.
Tipped over the Panther line. There is Branson, but he fanned the clearing attempt. Salusti goes behind the Panther net. feeds it up high. Held in at the line, Sekera. Now it's Gerby. Sekera again, a couple of former Sabres play catch with the puck. Panthers putting the pressure on up high. Gotch, but Gerby shifts down low. Puts it in front, deflected on goal. Great pass save by Thomas on Jordan Staal. Sekera, power play winding down. Gerby again shoots. That hit the outside of the net. Jovanovski over to the boards.
That's interference, isn't it?
Yeah, Gerby just shoved the body at him. And actually, it looks like they're calling a high stick on that play.
That has to be interference against Gerby. There was no puck there. He took Jovanovski out of the play.
All right, so the Panthers, as the power play for Carolina ends.
And it's going to go against Jovanovski.
Oh, wow.
I don't like that call.
A high stick on Jovanovski.
There's no puck there. Gerby comes flying in. Look at where the puck is, and doesn't even give Jovanovski a chance to play, and then the stick catches Gerby up around the face.
Well, Jovo's stick is face high. I mean, Gerby's
5'5". He's the smallest player in the NHL.
I mean, that's tough for Jovo because that stick for him was where it's supposed to be.
But I still think it's interference first.
Yeah.
Gerby made no attempt to play the puck. The puck was out of the way.
All right, dangerous times here in the first. Back-to-back power plays for the Hurricanes. And they're set up again. Semin fires, save, rebound blocked in front. Thomas trying to find it down. Poke to the goal line. Thomas again on Lindholm. Tim Thomas just wouldn't let it get past him. Staal. And now Skinner goes for Lyles and Semin again. All started by that Semin blast from right where he is now. Lyles again at the blue line, over to Skinner, watched by Matthias. He gets some room and shoots. Thomas the save, put in front. Panthers trying to find him. Puck still loose. Everybody jamming at it. And finally Shore plays it off the boards, but held in by Lyles. Major pressure here from the Hurricanes in the power play. Skinner at the end boards, knocked away by Kulikov. Cleaned up by Eric Staal. Staal holds. Lyles. Skinner again, waiting, goes cross ice. Matthias got a piece of it. Played over to the boards. Panthers after the puck, and Drew Shore able to get it down the ice.
What a sequence. Tim Thomas, unbelievable. That last Lindholm shot, I think in behind Thomas, Mike Weber blocked it before it went into the net. So getting a little help from his defenseman.
Yeah, Weber huge on this PK so far. The two of them put in front again. And Toulouse stopped by Thomas. Jordan Staal. Unloads for Gerby. Now Sekera. Slap shot wide. Big hop off the end boards. Controlled by Falk. Sekera again. Blocked in front by Gilbert. Pressured by Jordan Staal. Gilbert trying to stay with it. But Stahl's got the puck. He turns. Falk one-timer. Blocked away by Kopetsky. And then Thomas with a glove save in front. Oh my. Tim Thomas on both stalls with some robbery.
Thievery. You want to play with fire, Scarecrow? I think not. The big block. Look at the extension by the glove right there. Tim Thomas. Kopetsky broke his stick. And again, Tim Thomas out of this world.
It was Eric Staal before. That time, Jordan off the face-off. Skinner under pressure, but he controls beautifully. And Jeff Skinner hangs onto it. Fires up high for Falk. Now it's Semin shooting. Shoulder save for Thomas as the power play comes to an end. Jovanovski is back. And thanks to Tim Thomas, this game is still scoreless. Bergenheim tries to beat two men. Bergenheim gets there. The backhander save by Hudobin. Great effort by Sean Bergenheim. Now a steal by Brad Boyes. Boyes deflects up towards the point. Boyes has it again behind the net. Boyes loses Skinner. Boyes holds. Boyes on the backhand in front. Goes to the point man. Gilbert with a shot. Knocked down in front. Barkov battling Sekera. Hurricanes able to clear. Gilbert right there again. And now it's Boyes out in front. Barkov shoots. Save Hudobin. And where's the puck? It's under him. He took a look behind him. Oh, great action here in the first. His name is Tim Thomas, but you can nickname him Brick Wall so far tonight.
In the first, thanks to that guy, Tim Thomas. He's been scintillating into the net. Just a number of big saves, and the scramble in front. Never gives up on the play. Reaches back with that glove, and that's the best one there on Skinner. Comes in, looking to battle and compete and just never giving up on that play as he gets the full extension on Skinner. A little help from the goalpost, but Tim Thomas, unbelievable.
All right, so the Panthers get out of the back-to-back penalties. They remain perfect on the penalty kill of late, now 26 of the last 26. Upshaw put pressure on Komisarek, the veteran, now here in Carolina. Hurricanes send it all the way down. Bodies bang at the end boards. Gilbert feeds it around. Held in by Harrison. Stick save by Thomas. Fleischman bats it out to center ice. Upshaw to the red line and the shoot-in. Nick Bjugstad after with Harrison. Bjugstad able to win the battle. Fires it up to the point. Campbell settles the puck down and shoots blocked down in front. And the Hurricanes able to get out. Manny Malhotra, the veteran. He's been around a long time, playing his 899th game. He's on with Dvorak. A couple of vets there.
Thought his career might be done last year. Had a really severe eye injury. Only played 9 games last year and missed the start of this season. Got back, got healthy, and he's back, and he's been producing. He's been the best faceoff man for Carolina at 60%, third in the NHL.
Now there's a guy that adjusted his game. He was the 7th overall pick by the Rangers back in '98. And just never lived up to those expectations, but was able to adjust his game enough to be a quality depth player in the league for a long time. Here's Marcel Gotch with some room. Gains the Carolina line, but overskated. So he backtracks and swipes it around the boards. Weaver on the pinch. But the Hurricanes get out. Kopetsky back covering for Weaver. Skinner shifting over the Panther line, going wide and shooting and hit the post. Skinner up high, caught the iron. Put out in front. Chipped wide. Eric Stahl now. Scooped up by Semin. And now Skinner turns, goes for Stahl. Out in front, Semin deflected. And that puck goes out of play. The Panthers are living dangerously right now. Andrea Bocelli back at the BB&T Center for a Valentine's Day performance. Songs from the new album, Love in Portofino. That's on Valentine's Day, and Ticketmaster has your tickets.
Panthers living dangerously. A couple power plays against, but they got to spend some time down in Carolina's end. Kirk Muller and the Hurricanes have been peppering the Panthers now 13 shots on net already, 13 minutes in. So Panthers under pressure, got to relieve some of that pressure.
And that's after the 21 shots the other night in the first by San Jose. Sekera moving in, putting it in front. Puck bounces wide of the net. Brad Boyes deflected, cleaned up there by Jovanovski, and he slides it ahead for Boyes. Falk got enough of Boyes to separate him from the puck. And Justin Falk, the young defenseman for Carolina, 21 years old, up the boards. Weaver blocked it. Here's Bergenheim now. Puts it out in front. Barkov sends the puck wide. Boyes takes a shot from the sharp angle. Hudobin again trying to take a look in front of the net, but it's in his pads.
And as usual, this is the one line that looks good for the Panthers to start. Barkov, Bergenheim, and Boyes. When the Panthers have gotten shots and gotten chances, it's been from this number one line of the Panthers.
Well, they have 7 shots, the Panthers do, Billy, and to your point, that line has 6 of them.
And they've been generating, and you can tell the chemistry between those three. The quick passes. When it gets on the stick, it's off the stick almost immediately, and it's on the tape. So reading well, supporting well, leading to chances.
And the other shot on goal was that Jovanovski one from the point. Panthers need their other forwards to get into the act. Of course, Carolina has that 4 minutes of power play time as well. There's the dump in by Radek Dvorak. Kulikov plays it around the boards. Harrison and Shore bump, and the puck comes out to center.
And this is a game there's got to be a sense of urgency. You touched on the standings. Carolina 4 points in front of the Panthers, but huge game, and you got to have that urgency and that fear right from the drop of the puck.
Komisarek moves it up to center, gave it away to Fleischman, but play was offside. Shore was still in the zone. Started to get late on in the opening period. The Panthers and the Hurricanes are scoreless.
A dynamic trio talking strategy on the bench, and they've had some chances for the Panthers, and the best one by Barkov. Going to see a couple of Hurricanes jump, and they jump, leave that middle of the ice wide open. Hudobin able to make that save, but Hurricanes overcommitted on that side of the net. Quickly, Boyes to Barkov, and Peter Horchuk discussing the strategy, but again, right now, that's been the best line for the Panthers.
Well, not just the best line, it's been the only line. They're the only forwards with shots in the game so far. And we'll get a little bit of 5-on-5 time, and the Panthers will try to keep things going a bit in that Carolina zone. this puck out of play. Sign up for Panthers Live Fan Rewards right now. Start turning your everyday social activity into points and prizes. Log on, PanthersLiveFanRewards.com and be a winner.
On that last Barkov chance, though, but they moved the puck so quickly. A quick jump, and then I think it's their ability to move the puck quickly that really opens up a lot of those scoring chances.
Bukestad behind the net, comes out in front, couldn't get the backhander on goal, though. Take it away, Ruutu to center and shoots in. Ruutu, Lindholm, and Skinner. Line for Carolina. Lindholm was the 5th pick back in the draft. Remember Barkov taken by the Panthers second, but number 16, Lindholm, was the 5th pick. He's from Sweden. Good two-way player, much like Barkov is. Bukestad flips it over the Carolina line. Ruutu able to find the puck. Moves it out to center. Bukestad and Skinner canceled each other out. Kopecky on it. So things have settled down after those back-to-back power plays where Tim Thomas really saved the day. Kopecky got a piece of it. Hainsey back. Fires to center. Eric Stahl had it go off his stick. He tracks it down and shoots in around the wall. Weaver under pressure at the end boards. Talusti takes away. Huberdeau with a good stick. And here comes Huberdeau. Out at center. Picked up now by Gotch. Kopecky looking for Gotch in front. Gotch takes a shot. Good effort there getting around Sekera. Good Branson holds the puck in. Centering feed off the stick of Kopecky. Semin at center. Couple of spin moves from Alexander Semin.
Alexander Semin got called out yesterday on radio by the GM, Jim Rutherford. Said they need more from Semin.
Well, Rutherford gave him that monster $35 million contract. Gerby. And sticked away. Did Thomas knock that one away?
I think he got a piece of it going into the slot.
Jordan Stahl. Watched by Gilbert. Barkov got a piece of it. Puck sits at the goal line, and Bergenheim comes down low. Fires ahead. Tipped away. And it carries to center. Barkov again. And the shooting. Ooh, Barkov took a big hit right at the bench from Jordan Stahl. Well, Barkov, I mean, I don't know how many times he's been hit solidly this year. He just never puts himself in a bad position, it seems.
Just goes back with his hockey sense, but tonight, facing those Stahl brothers, both 6'4", 220 pounds.
Here comes Campbell, the drop, and the shot from Barkov. Hudobin had trouble with it, but the rebound off his glove cleared away to the boards. And then Weaver knocks it away from Nash.
That's why it's never a bad play to shoot the puck down that wing. Hudobin had trouble with it. Left that juicy rebound lying right between the hash marks.
Now picked up by Dvorak. Back to the point, Hainsey. Goes cross ice. The shot comes through. Thomas way out to make the save. In behind the net, Weaver with a steal from Nash. Big play there. Chris March able to get the clear.
When you say Tim Thomas, every time he straps him on, gives you a chance to win every night. That's true.
March with a steal. Gives to Shore behind the net. Shore protects that puck. Back again for March, and now Matthias. Panther fourth line looking for an opportunity. Matthias trying to fend off Hainsey. Matthias still with it. The cycle back again. And it's Barch one more time. And now Shore again. Good effort by this line. Jovanovski puts it in front. Hudobin got a piece of it. Good hit by Goodbranson out at center ice on Malhotra.
Panthers now starting to find their groove. Couple better shifts. Last 3-4 shifts been spent down in the Carolina end. Jovanovski, good shot from a sharp angle. Almost fooled Hudobin.
Again, get it on net, you never know. Hudobin, last couple shots, a little bit shaky. Made the first save, but pucks have been sitting there. Fleischmann works along the boards, along with Bukestad, and Bukestad able to get it back for the Gilbert. Put in front, deflected towards the net, and it's stopped by Hudobin with a glove.
It's been choppy tonight. A lot of whistles to start. Peter Horchak, and your ability, the goaltender, keeps you in the games early, so that's a big thing for Peter Horchak. Tim Thomas really strong the first 10 minutes of this game as he looks up at the scoreboard, but your goaltender keeps you in the game and turn the momentum, and you got to worry about Carolina. They've been shut out in back-to-back games, and you get stonewalled. That can hurt you psychologically as a team.
Gotch won the draw. Boy, that first goal would be huge. The pass over to Huberdeau. Didn't quite get there, though. Semin. Give to Stahl. Rolls in front. Thomas comes out and covers with the glove.
And that first goal would be big. Carolina has only scored first 16 times in their 46 games. When they have scored first, they've only lost once in a regulation, 11-1-4. So that first goal, as on many nights, looms large.
Draw here in the Panther zone. As we get lead in the first period now, Barkov leans on Eric Stahl. Stahl battling with Kulikov. Bergenheim in there as well. Semin for Carolina, too, and he's able to put it back behind the Panther net. Kulikov played it up the boards, but pressure from Sekera. And
absolutely.
Now a penalty.
Lucy just buried Boyce from behind. So finally, Panthers get a chance on the power play.
Can't do that to Brad Boyce.
You can't do that to Brad Boyce. And Kirk Muller and his team will be shorthanded for the first time.
I love when I say stuff that makes no sense. You just gloss right over it.
I do like it. You can't do that to Brad Boyce. Just right from behind a cross-check. No, that's dirty. Cross-check, see the numbers?
That's a Lindsay type. That's textbook Lindsay, right?
Yes, that wasn't a penalty back in the day. Only one ref I would have...
Well, that was Roger Nielsen saying, good job, Lindsay. Off the draw, Boyce fires Hudobin out to make the save.
And the Panthers power play, the struggle is well documented. But they're starting to get chances. Get time, but imagine that. Now listen, you get a couple big penalty kills, and then you get a big power play goal. Those are momentum changers that the Panthers need.
You need one, don't you? About a minute differential between the game clock and the penalty. Here's Thomas Fleischmann, who's had boatloads of chances on the power play. Barkov nicely hustled and tracks it down, gives it up Bergenheim in front. And now Boyce, but they never got a shot off. Boyce plays it back to the point. Campbell with 25 left in the period. It's Barkov unloading. The puck was blocked away. Bergenheim settles it down. Panthers on the power play late in the period. It's Fleischmann. Campbell straight on. Takes the shot deflected by Bergenheim. Never got to the net. Boyce, nice move on Falk. But Falk recovered to knock it away. Fleischmann is there. Back up high. Barkov. Fleischmann needs to shoot quickly. Puts it out in front. Deflected away, and that's it for the first period.
Some magnificent goaltending by Tim Thomas at the first half of that first period. Keeps the Panthers in it. Last 10 minutes, better stuff from the Panthers. Barkov line was good for the Panthers. They will have a power play to start the second period, but all in all, the Panthers scoreless after first. Will take it.
Oh, we got a little delicious barbecue here in Carolina. Looking good. So is Billy's breakdown. Take it away, my friend.
Looking pretty good. We'll take a look at our breakdown from that first period. And Tim Thomas, it's all about Tim Thomas. Look at the big saves he's able to make. A number of these were on the Carolina power play, but just never giving up on plays. That competitive nature that he has really kept the Panthers in the game, especially the first 10 minutes. So Tim Thomas kept the Panthers in it in the first.
And there's a look at our numbers through 20 minutes tonight. Power play shots. Check that out. 9 of them. Tim Thomas was awesome on the penalty kill. The Panthers begin the second on the power play, a continuation. Tonight's telecast is presented by the Florida Lottery. Still a minute 4 left on Jiri Tlusky's penalty. So the Panthers begin 5-on-4. Barkov, Boyce, Bergenheim, the forwards for Florida, start this second period. Campbell and Fleischmann will man the points on the man advantage. Fleischmann moving out of his own end. Look out, Dwyer knocked it away. Fleischmann recovers. Here comes Thomas Fleischmann, feeding it up to the line. But the Panthers couldn't break in cleanly and have to reset again. And now stolen away. So nothing doing on the first 30 seconds of the power play to begin the period. Now the Panthers try to come through. Bergenheim and the dump in. Barkov slides in front of Komisarek. Try to play it around the boards. It got deflected in behind the net. And a clearing opportunity. And job done by Manny Malhotra. Malhotra charging Fleischmann. Salusti on his feet at the penalty box, ready to come out. Huberdeau's up at center. Huberdeau over the line. Feeds Upshaw with speed. Saved by Khudobin. Huberdeau to the rebound. Plays it around for Upshaw as the power play ends. Kulikov. Pass was out of his reach. Look out. Poked over the Panther line. Campbell got a piece of it. Or else Eric Stahl would have been in all alone.
Good breakout by the Panthers. Huberdeau to a streaking Upshaw down the wing.
Here comes Bukestad. Panthers had some numbers. Bukestad trying to get around his man. Salusti got a stick on the puck, and now it's Harrison. Well, the Panthers look like they had a 4-on-2 going there.
Some odd man rushes, but got to be able to come cleanly out of their zone. They did that. Nice pass to Huberdeau and quickly to Upshaw down that wing, but Khudobin came way out to cut down the angle.
Kopetsky goes for Kulikov under pressure from Ruutu. Gave him a good shoulder and forces the shoot in. No icing there. Puck comes around the boards. Lindholm has a little bit of room at center. Skinner pokes it over the Panther line. Shot wide. Jovanovski taken away by Lindholm. Puts it out in front. Good Branson with a big block there. Skinner would have been all alone on the far side, but good Branson blocked the puck.
Turnover by the Panthers come the other way. Got to be high off the glass and out. Make sure that puck gets out.
Dodge fire, save, Khudobin, rebound. Good Branson went to the net strong, but Khudobin held on.
Our ADT defensive play, Tim Thomas. And it was the Tim Thomas show early to start. Robbery on Stahl. Jordan Stahl came right down there, and Tim Thomas with our ADT defensive play, sprawling out with the glove.
Thomas has been phenomenal. His last 10 starts, a .937 save percentage. He's allowed 2 goals or less in 8 of those 10. Panthers win the faceoff. Campbell deflected off the stick of Barkov. Barkov after it. Barkov's got it. And then lost the puck. Kirby out to center. Knocked away by Bergenheim. Kirby takes back, poked away by Barkov. And the Hurricanes reset. Ron Hainsey spins the puck to center. Panthers put it back to the blue line. Now Campbell retreats. Jordan Stahl watching Barkov closely now. Bergenheim with a little tap, and Boyes is in. Brad Boyes settles the puck down. It deflects up high. Campbell keeps it alive in the zone momentarily. Then Hainsey fires all the way down, and this will no icing. They'll say Dwyer got there. I thought Campbell had half a step. Jordan Stahl takes the puck. Stahl plays it for Dwyer. Try to get it to the point. He flubbed it twice, but Nash off the bench picks it up and shoots, blocked by Gilbert. And now Bergenheim up ahead of the field, but Boyes try to get it to him, was knocked down at the line by Dvorak, deflected on goal, and then Nash scores. And Carolina gets the game's first goal.
And the Panthers look like they might have a breakaway. Brad Boyes. Bergenheim is streaking out. Brad Boyes sees him. Radek Dvorak knocks it out of midair. And then Gilbert unable to tie his man up, Nash. Radek Dvorak with some good hand-eye coordination, and Tom Gilbert's got to be harder on Riley Nash on the side of the net. Nash able to pick up that rebound, but it looked like a breakaway chance for the Panthers. That puck gets through. Bergenheim has a breakaway, but Radek Dvorak able to knock that puck out of midair, keep that play alive, comes down, gets the shot. Riley Nash deposits the rebound into the yawning cage.
Boy, that's a tough one to give up for the Panthers, and the Hurricanes, who have been shut out 2 games in a row, break through first. Mathias try to work the turnover there on Malhotra, and Mathias at the blue line able to hold it in. And Shore puts it to the end board. Shore after it. Good shift after the goal for the Panthers' 4th line. Here's Barch behind the net. Try to get it to the point. Malhotra got a piece of it. Barch plays it back around. Shore again hustles after the puck. He gets checked. And then Dvorak, along with Malhotra, get it deep into the Panther zone. Malhotra touched it with a high stick. But he touches it next, we'll get a whistle. He's trying to avoid doing that, and he did. Jovanovski to Goodbranson. Here's Huberdeau at center. Lead pass. Shore is in to the backhand. Khudobin with the save. Huberdeau to Shore for a breakaway. And Khudobin was up to the challenge. Simmons shoots. Glove saved by Tim Thomas.
Drew Shore had a chance to answer right back for the Panthers. And he comes streaking, able to beat his man up the ice. Dvorak trying to chase, never does get there. Took it to the backhand. Tried to open up the legs of Khudobin, but Khudobin, you see that stick stays on the ice. Able to keep that paddle on and make the save.
Simmons shot blocked by Huberdeau. Sekera gives to Falk. His shot bounces wide. Talusti for Semin, but through him. Weaver tries to play it cleanly. It deflects over to Kulikov. Huberdeau now. And he'll just shovel it out to center. Sekera gloves it down, but they're offside. Well, the two that just hooked up for that breakaway, unfortunately, they couldn't score. Huberdeau and Shore, along with Brian Campbell, will be at Duffy's Plantation for Panthers Live Thursday, January 23rd. So come on out. All kinds of giveaways as well.
Huberdeau, a couple nice passes here in the second period. One to Upshaw down the wing, and then right to Drew Shore. Boy, that would have been huge. Answer right back with a goal there. Khudobin with his best save of the night.
Upshaw moving in and shooting. Khudobin with a glove save.
And you get those chances, and one of the themes we talked about in the open was capitalizing and bearing your scoring chances. And there, Drew Shore had a great one against Khudobin.
And interesting, it was in the middle of a change, so Huberdeau had come on the ice. Shore was still on the ice, and remember how well those two played last year, early in the season together. And Peter Horacek alluded to it. Perhaps at some point in this game, we'll see them maybe on a few shifts together, try to create a little offense. They certainly did there. Lindholm, but now Bukestad steps up. Lindholm is ready to climb away with it. Lindholm, cross ice pass on the backhand. Upshaw there defensively. Nice speed, Fleischmann. Cut off by Lyles. Upshaw takes the puck, but then lost it. Nash is 5th of the year on the assist from Dvorak. 4th line for Carolina. Gets him on the score sheet. Brad Boyes loads up. Stick save, Khudobin, and the puck out of play.
And on that Carolina goal, I can't really fault the pass by Boyes because he had a breakaway right in the middle. I mean, if that pass gets through, it ends up with the hope. Bergenheim was gone.
Yeah, yes. He did.
So had to make it. It was Radek Dvorak who knocked it out of midair. I mean, the odds of that knocking it down perfectly to your stick are not great. And Riley Nash has had good numbers against the Panthers. Not a big goal scorer is Nash, but he's at a point-a-game clip against the Panthers.
Yeah, it's amazing, Bill. He's got 9 career goals, 2 against the Panthers, including that one. But a good response the next shift. Close to tying it up. Boyes will try. Sekera took it away. Dwyer plays it off the wall. Dwyer able to track it down. Rolls it around for Falk. Kulikov took the puck away from Gerby. Gerby knocks it down. Weaver will try around for Bergenheim. Falk stepped up to block it again. Kulikov again. Bounces off the Gerby check. And Bergenheim finds Weaver. Kulikov jumping up offensively here. But the pass was for Boyes, and Falk broke it up. Barkov takes away. Sets up Boyes. Moving in. Out in front. Panthers couldn't get a stick on it for a redirection. Gilbert fires up the middle. And it's an icing call. Crowd Goes Wild is the new weekday talk show with Regis Philbin and a cast of former athletes and journalists. You can always expect the unexpected. Crowd Goes Wild. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on Fox Sports 1. Face-off win for Malhotra. Point shot saved by Thomas. Rebound. Thomas reaches out and grabs it. And we will get a stoppage. A little more than 7 minutes gone by here in the second. Riley Nash breaks through. In Carolina, Peter Horacek, Panthers coach. Oh, how times change. It was a year ago tomorrow that after the NHL lockout, the Panthers opened the season. This is the first shot on goal of Jonathan Huberdeau's career. The Panthers blistered Cam Ward and the Carolina Hurricanes on opening night. They raised the Southeast Division banner, if you recall, at the BB&T Center that night. Boy, a lot's happened in a year, huh?
It has. A lot has happened. And maybe a team Huberdeau could get going against. He's played 4 games against Carolina, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. So a team has been able to put up some numbers.
Well, he nearly had a point. He sent Drew Shore in on a breakaway right after Carolina got the goal from Nash. Kopetsky's out at center now. Kopetsky met by Harrison. Komisarek back. Plays it around the boards. Gotch quickly on the puck. Gotch under pressure. Try to feed it up high. And the Hurricanes get out. Penalty in behind the play. Kopetsky got high stick, and the Panthers will get a power play.
So the Panthers get their second power play of the night. High sticking against Kopetsky. Is there any blood? If there is, there will be 4 minutes.
They're looking over by the Panther bench at Kopetsky. Komisarek looking on. Can you see any, Billy?
I can't see any from this angle, but we'll see what the call ends up being. But Panthers, nonetheless, will be on the power play. 82 in the middle of your screen. Dvorak just clips him up high. Trying to win. It ends up being a double minor, so there was blood. I mean, right now, the Panthers power play, this comes to me, this is a must. Down 1-0. The power play almost midway through the game has a chance. 4 minutes on the power play. Radek Dvorak, the ex-Panther, will sit.
All right, it's time.
It is time.
Okay,
this is it.
Enough's enough. How's that?
I like it.
Put you in front of the net.
And my 0 power play goals I scored in my career.
Get a helper. Bukestad finds Campbell. Panthers working the man advantage. The shot is wide. Falk under pressure from Bukestad, but he's able to get it around for Jordan Staal. Dwyer on the forecheck. Fleischmann with the puck. Here's Kopetsky. And now Fleischmann again, right on that Hurricanes logo at center ice. Too far for Upshaw. Fleischmann gives Falk a bump. Kopetsky back there. Sekera as well. Here comes Bukestad. So the Panthers outnumber the Hurricanes 3-2. Puck still free. Upshaw at the point. Hammers one towards the net. It's blocked away by Sekera. And then blocked down at the line. Great play by Campbell. But he couldn't find it cross ice. And now the Hurricanes break in. But Campbell slows down Staal. He has it back. Semin in front. Staal shoots. Saved by Thomas. Panthers couldn't get to the puck. Sekera.
Got to be careful against Carolina. They lead the league in shorthanded goals with 8 on the year. They will look to go shorthanded.
Panthers got out of trouble. Here comes Bergenheim with some speed. Bergenheim, great move, and then knocked away at the last second by Komisarek. Oh, a huge play by Mike Komisarek. Or Bergenheim would have been all alone.
Bergenheim able to dance Komisarek. Komisarek got leaning the wrong way. Bergenheim back to the middle of the ice, and the long reach of Komisarek saves a goal. Little inside-outside. Has him beat dead to rights, but the long reach at the end denies the chance.
Off the face-off, Gilbert at the blue line. Jovanovski quickly back for Gilbert. Had trouble handling the pass. Regains control. Puck deflects to the boards. And Malholtra on the clear.
And you get 4 minutes on the power play. You have to approach it as you can't take your foot off. You've got to work harder even on the power play. There has to be a heightened awareness.
Gilbert on the shoot-in. Bergenheim hustles after it. Gets there ahead of Hainsey. Around for Boys, but he couldn't handle it.
And those are low plays. Boys around has to be hard. Has to be able to keep that puck in. You don't keep that puck in, cost your team another 30 seconds. Going back to your own end to retrieve it. Little plays, but they add up a lot on the power play.
I don't understand the intensity sad when you go on the power play.
It doesn't
make sense to me.
Yes, and the opposing penalty killers are the hardest working players on the ice. You have to be able to match their intensity, at least. At the very least.
Panthers now trying to get set up as the first power play is by the boards. Fleischmann under pressure. Gets it free to Boys. He throws it to the open corner. Bergenheim. Behind the net. Barkov moves it along. Campbell steps up. Campbell puts it in front. Deflected away. Fleischmann shovels it to the blue line for Boys. Now Campbell again. And Boys one more time. Cross ice pass. Has a man, but Fleischmann swings and misses. Barkov tried to hold it in, but couldn't do it. Campbell up ahead, and Huberdeau now on the bench. Drop pass, Campbell holding. Put it in front, knocked away. Here come the Hurricanes shorthanded. Eric Staal, Semin is with him. Staal moves in and shoots. He just misses wide. It carries to Brian Campbell. Panthers look to run the other way. Huberdeau over the line. Huberdeau holds. Feeds it down low. Kopetsky off the wall. Up high, Jovanovski. The give to Kulikov. He takes a shot and hit the post. Jovanovski over to Kopetsky, saved by Hudobin. Rebound in front, and Hudobin's got it. And now Bukestad and Komisarek go at it. But again, the Panthers, oh so close on the power play, and hit the iron.
Got to shoot the puck on the power play. This time, Kulikov with his head up and some traffic in front, and that beats Hudobin. But he gets a little help, and then Kopetsky on the far side. The rebound chance in front. But that's disappointing. You have Hudobin beat cleanly like that, and the melee ensues after that. Kulikov, the quick wrist shot. I like that wrist shot. No big slap shot. Last 8 games, 0 for 29. 0 for 2 trying to break in Kulikov. That's the closest the Panthers have been in quite some time.
Yeah, remember all those posts they hit in the game in Buffalo a few games ago. Here's Kulikov again. They give to Fleischman, quickly to Jovanovski, but it gets by him. Boys now. Panthers break in, odd man rush. Barkov in front, holds, sets up Bergenheim, but the puck misses his stick. Kulikov to Barkov. With the wrister, save Hudobin. And the rebound to the point, not out. Jovanovski on the line. Gives to Kulikov, moving in, the slap shot blocked away. Carries over to Barkov as the power play winds down. Barkov holds, moving in, the give to Bergenheim. In front, boys in the slot, it's blocked away. Power play is done, and out of the box. Here comes Dvorak down the wing. Thomas way out to meet the shot. Panthers just can't buy one on a man advantage. And it remains 1-0.
Nash, his 5th of the season, the only goal for the Hurricanes. Time for a red line energy rush. The big man, Alexander Barkov, back in the first period, a little give and go, boys, right in the middle of the hash marks. Hudobin way out to meet Barkov, and Barkov, he's got a really good wrister, a quick wrister, gets that one off, but unfortunately was not able to place it well, and Hudobin hasn't been tested a lot, but when he has come up with some big saves for the Hurricanes.
He's got 20 stops. Tim Thomas has 21. Campbell speeds through the neutral zone. Nice move to get over the line. Shot wide. Gotch after the puck on the backhand. They give to Shore. Taken away by Mathias in the slot. Gotch now puts it in front. Shore was there. Could not quite get a stick on that floater. Good shift here for Gotch, Mathias, and Shore. Gotch's point pass deflected. Harrison for Ruutu. Hurricanes are out. Skinner dumps in. Lindholm, the 19-year-old. Knocked down by Gilbert. And then played around for Shore. Checked by Ruutu. Shore on the reverse. And here's Gotch waiting patiently behind his own net. Up to center. Shore got it over the line. It actually hit the linesman, so it didn't get deep in the Carolina zone. This is Lyles, stolen away by Gotch. Taken back by Jordan Staal. Dwyer has it deflect off his skates in behind the Panther net. Staal with Campbell. Campbell played it around. Cut off nicely. Upshaw, and he finds Fleischman through center. Fleischman over the line. Fleischman, centering feed. Bukestad tried to get there, get a stick on it. Jovanovski pops it in front. That's blocked away and knocked down. Jovanovski with Goodbranson on defense. Derby floats it for Jordan Staal. Centering feed blocked by Jovanovski. Gets the puck to Goodbranson on the open side.
And this is a game for the Panthers. Some players are going, but not enough. And this Panther team does not work without everyone going.
Sekera puts it all the way through the slot. Semin up to the point. Staal now over to Falk. Blocked away by Goodbranson. Goodbranson along the boards. Kelusky there as well. Bukestad in the fray. So is Eric Staal. And it's worked free. But Fleischman didn't get it out. Now Upshaw does. It's knocked down by Falk and carried right back in. Justin Falk with speed. Backhander stopped by Thomas. And Bergenheim finally clears to center and tracks it down, but Sekera got a stick on it. Bergenheim was half a step away from going in alone. Eric Stahl. Down the wing, the backhander in front. Oh, it went off a Kulikov skate. And then Stahl takes Goodbranson down. Boyes tries to clear. Knocked down by Semin. It'll be offside if Semin touches the puck, but Kulikov gets it ahead, and Bergenheim stolen away by Riley Nash, who has the goal tonight. Nash back to play it. Barkov defensively. Took the hit, but made the play to get it to Boyes. Nice play by Barkov. Continuous action now here in the second. Weaver waits. Kopetsky, Gotch, and Huberdeau now on the ice. This is Huberdeau, cross ice. Nice feed for Kopetsky. Lets one go, kicked out by Hudobin. Gotch on the rebound. Dvorak. And now around the boards, it's Gilbert for the Panthers. Kopetsky picks up the puck. Huberdeau got a stick on it. Huberdeau in front, gets it in front, and they score to Gotch! Jonathan Huberdeau strong on the puck, and Marcel Gotch ties it.
Huberdeau's been good in this game. One of the Panthers that's going. And Jonathan Huberdeau maybe showing some signs of getting out of this funk. Able to keep this up. Huberdeau draws lots of attention. Harrison in front just not hard against Gotch and leaves them all alone, not able to pick up his stick. And Huberdeau with the pretty feed right on the stick of Marcel Gotch. And the Panthers able to get that goal. Right before that, Huberdeau had a nice pass to Kopetsky, and Huberdeau has set up a number of Panthers tonight. And Jonathan Huberdeau working hard tonight is Huberdeau. Gotta like that from Huberdeau. Marcel Gotch goes right to the front of the net. That blue paint, he stops in front. And the Panthers get a big goal late in the second.
So the Cats get it tied. To do that next one in this game would be huge. A low-scoring goaltending battle here tonight. And Huberdeau sets it up, and here comes Fleischmann through center. Up on the wing, up Scholl. Couldn't handle it cleanly, and it deflected into the Panther bench. But the Cats come back. Huberdeau to Gotch. And we're even in Carolina.
Tied at one. Pay attention to Huberdeau on this shift in the work ethic. You can roll it, but the hit. He gets in, and then the high support. He has a hit to start it. Gilbert able to pinch down, and then Kopetsky keeps that play alive, and then just work. Tenacity by Huberdeau. He started that play with a hit down in the corner. He was hard on the puck, would not give up. That was a relentless shift by Huberdeau. Ended up with that pass, and that's what Peter Horacek wants from Huberdeau. It ended up with an assist, but it started with a hit down in the corner. He's not known for his physical play, but gets in there, gets that big hit, and starts that play for the Panthers.
And those three, Gotch, Huberdeau, and Kopetsky, get on the score sheet, and they're out there again. Huberdeau throws the body at Falk. Huberdeau along with Kopetsky on the boards. It comes free to Sekera, though. Gotch to him. Sekera able to clear. Panthers have it at center. And the dump in. Gotch again, racing back. Sekera with him. Gotch wins the race. Gilbert. Oh, the back pass Lindholm took away, but then it's stolen away. Huberdeau in front. And Hudobin made the save. Here come the Hurricanes 3-on-2. Lindholm charging the net. The pass to Skinner off the heel of his stick. Free puck behind the Panther net. Ruutu. Round for Jean-Michael Lyles. His slap shot blocked nicely by Barkov. Lyles held it in. Now Barkov. Ahead Kopetsky. And again, that puck on the dump-in goes into the Panther bench. The Fan Express is available for groups of 55 or more. Bus transportation to and from a Panthers game with tickets and a whole lot more. Call 954-835-7711.
See if that Panther goal gives the rest of the team some life.
Well, it's been a pretty good response after Nash scored that goal early in the period. Remember that next shift, the fourth line was out there, and then Shore had a breakaway. Weaver deep in his own end. Squeaks it through to Kulikov. The Barkov line is on for the Panthers. Hudobin way out of his net. Boyes blocked the clearing attempt. And now Barkov takes a shot. Hudobin the save, and then it went through his legs.
And you're right, it has been a good response by the Panthers.
Dwyer moving in. The drop for Gerby. Wide. And it carries to Brad Boyes. Up at center, Boyes and Bergenheim 2-on-2. Bergenheim's floater of a shot, sticked away by Khudobin. Lyles threw it over to the boards. Jovanovski steps up. He lets one go. Stick save, Khudobin. Good Branson fires. He broke his stick, though. Puck sitting in front. Jordan Staal throws it cross ice, and Komisarek gets to the center. Jovanovski cut it off. Panthers are moving now. Shore outside the blue line, waits for the play to get back onside.
And I think in sports and life or whatever, it's about 10% what you make happen and about 90% how you respond to what happens. And for the Panthers tonight,
here. Sorry, Bill.
Yeah, they respond to that goal well. So it's being an icing call for the Panthers, but Panthers responded well after that goal. Barkov, look at that. Back almost between his legs. Good big hands, but he's good in traffic. Look how nifty this is. Thought he was going to maybe put it back behind his leg, but the quick release, and had a second chance against Khudobin as he shoveled away at it.
You know, that's one of those plays, just getting it to the net. And, you know, if you're crashing and banging the net, there's some loose change that may give you the lead right there. March, Shore, Matthias on for Florida. Thomas plays it high around the glass. Riley Nash works it free. Out in front. Dvorak couldn't get to it. And Matthias dumps in. Barch will get to work against Falk. To his side, back behind the net. Now played up the boards, and the Hurricanes able to get out. And Falk is carrying to center. Tim Thomas will get it for a whistle.
Big 1:41 left here at the end of the second. You come battle back. You gotta make sure you get into that room at least tied. All in all, it's been good goaltending performance too. Exactly what we would expect. Khudobin and Thomas have been solid for their respective teams.
Dodge the Panther goal. Panthers have 27 shots tonight, 14 of them by the Barkov line. Is that unbelievable? Barkov has 6, and Boyes and Bergenheim 4 each.
And Sean Bergenheim, his last 5 games, had 20 shots on net. 4 a game. He shoots the puck a lot. Another 4 tonight. Average 4 shots a night, you're going to score goals.
Campbell after the puck with Semin. Semin plays it back to the end boards for Big Eric Staal. Gilbert works hard against him. Panthers work it free. And now Gilbert shovels it out to center. Bukestad, a bouncing puck. Upshaw able to control. Upshaw is in. Knocked away and stolen away by Ron Ainsey. Salusti with some room. Drop pass. Semin, look out. Comes into the slot. Takes a shot. That's blocked by Campbell. Here come the Panthers the other way. Bukestad with Sekera back. Bukestad's 1-on-2 now. Bukestad still with it. Takes a shot. Blocker save. Semin still on the ice. Thomas the save. Skinner's got the rebound. Kulikov. Huberdeau. And a simple chip for the smart clear for Huberdeau. And that play goes offside.
Here's the individual battles you got to be able to win down in the corners. And this is it. Just man-on-man hard. You can see the 3-on-3, man-on-man, take away space. Little help from Marcel Gotch down there. And then Fleischman, the battle on the corner. Gilbert finally get the puck out, but that's how you play defensive hockey in your own end. It's tough. In the trenches, down in the corners, trying to win those battles, but the Panthers able to do that there and get that puck out.
Barkov out at center in a battle. Dwyer able to come in and take away and move in and shoot up high. Dwyer had some heat on that wrister. Dwyer again. Jordan Staal. Good check by Kulikov. Panthers couldn't clear. Bergenheim blocked the shot. Falk takes another one. Save Thomas. Big rebound. And Sekera at the line in the final seconds of the period. Look out in front. Nice stick check there by Weber. We'll go to the third. Tied at 1.
Panthers give up the first goal, but they have a response. After the Nash goal, the Panthers, again, spin the tail. I thought Carolina was good in the first period, in the first half. Same thing in that second period.
Welcome back, everybody. Panthers set to hit the ice for the third period. Tie game at 1. Time to go inside the second. It's Willie's breakdown.
Breakdown from that second period. Good things happening. Good outlets, but watch Upshaw here beat Semin up the ice as the pass comes through the middle. Watch Upshaw. Semin fell asleep for a second, then the speed. Huberdeau on the backhand. Upshaw started behind Semin, but ends up beating him off the ice for the scoring chance. And then this play, Jovanovski's going to lose it. You can just roll this for a second and get back, and then the recovery. And then just stop it here, the read. Watch the stick positioning of Goodbranson. Has it there and then goes the other way to get that stick into that passing lane. And then Huberdeau back through the middle. This is good defense. Gilbert coming back. You see Huberdeau coming back hard through the middle of the ice. So Huberdeau's been much better there, but a good hard back check through the middle of the ice leads to the scoring chance. Stats after 2 periods. 0 for 5 on the power play for the both teams combined. Shots just about even. Hits a little bit in favor of Carolina, but tied after 1 and a huge third period coming up.
Tonight's Panthers telecast on Fox Sports Florida is presented by the Florida Lottery. And as big as 20 minutes this season as the Panthers have played. The Bukestad line against Eric Stahl's line. That's the top one for Carolina. Panthers outshot the Hurricanes 15-11 in the second period. Panthers 0 for 3 on the power play. Carolina 0 for 2 in the game. Semin. Back checking to knock it away was Bukestad. Sakara and Falk near the top pairing for the Hurricanes. Falk going to the Olympics, playing for the United States. Great find by Carolina. He was the 37th pick of the draft in 2010, a second rounder. Huberdeau out there now with Gotch and Kopecky. Lyles kicks it around the boards. Gotch is there. Kopecky. Backhands down low. Huberdeau got a stick on it. Gotch in the corner. Pinned by Lyles. Puck in the skates. Gotch looks to work it. Lyles right there on him. And the Hurricanes able to get out. Thrown down low, not far, or no icing on the play, I should say. It was deflected loose now, side of the net. Gerby behind the net. Kulikov with Gerby. Gerby loses him. Harrison, point shot, blocked by Gotch. We got a broken stick. It's Gotch's stick. Still the Panthers able to get out, and
ends up being a hand
pass, unfortunately.
Yes, tough, Marcel Gotch. The busted twig on the ice. Change the assist, Billy, on the Gotch goal to Gilbert from Kopecky. So Huberdeau and Gilbert get the helpers on that goal by Gotch. That was a good all-around play, good hustle play. Ended up in that goal. Jovanovski moves it out to center, but Harrison controls there to put it right back in. Point shot, Thomas the save. The rebound is there in front. Lindholm shoots. Skinner turning and shooting, blocked down in front. That was Barkov. Got a piece of it, and the Panthers clear it all the way down. Barkov, Boys, and Bergenheim have combined for 14 shots tonight. Weaver hustling back. Dvorak with him. Barkov defensively. Campbell at center. Tries to gather it in off his skates, but Riley Nash takes away. Dvorak down the wing. Cross-ice pass in the air. Malhotra. And back again for Dvorak. Sakara throws it wide. Campbell. And Matthias got it out. Chris March. Little back pass. Shore with speed. Overskated though. And that took the play offside. Justin Timberlake's coming to the BB&T Center. Come on out on Tuesday, March 4th. Tickets are on sale now. Go to Ticketmaster. You said no power play goals tonight for either side. Panthers played 8 straight games where there hasn't been a power play goal for either team. It says a lot about the Panthers' penalty killing, not so much about the power play, but the NHL record is 8. Panthers will set a record tonight, playing 9 straight games if there's no power play goal scored by either team. Kind of one of those quirky stats. Yeah, the Leafs a few years ago did it as well off the draw. Semin able to get the puck and wrist it in, and Carolina leads in the third. The quick release to Semin. Just gets it up quickly. Gilbert's got to go with him there. Gilbert's next to him. He's got to go with him, I think. Gilbert just backs away for a second. Gilbert's responsibility is Semin. He goes to the front of the net, but I think you got to go hard back to Semin if you're Gilbert. Gilbert goes the other way. That leaves some Semin with some space, and that quick wrist shot quickly upstairs, and all of a sudden Carolina has a lead just like that.
Boy, last Saturday night, we all know the heartbreaker at the end of overtime. The Devils scored a goal in the final seconds to beat the Panthers on a similar play right off a draw. Stahl sets up Semin, who in his career now has 41 points in 45 career games against the Panthers. He's been a Panther killer.
And he's got a really quick wrist shot. And on this play, Gilbert right here, he's got to stay with him. You see Gilbert just back off. Gilbert just stays, Gilbert, I think, just has to take a stride towards him. And just stay with him. He's lined up right next to him, and that puck comes right there. So Gilbert went the other way, goes back to the front of the net, and just allows that brief second, and that's enough for Semin.
So the Hurricanes back on top by a goal. Goodbranson carries through center. Got it over the blue line. Goodbranson works along the boards with Jordan Stahl. Kopetsky is there. Cross ice pass. Penalty coming up on Carolina. So Goodbranson with a good push offensively, and the Panthers will go on the power play.
And for the Panthers, a chance to respond. Jordan Stahl will take the penalty. Still arguing with the ref, Mike Lego, but Mike Lego having nothing of it. Jordan Stahl in the sin bin. Panthers now one more chance on the power play.
Barkov line is out there. Sekera under heavy pressure from Bergenheim. Now it's Barkov. Throws it to the open man. Brian Campbell winds up and fires Hudobin with a glove save.
Hudobin with the save, but got to be able to get bodies in front. No one's there. The battle in the corner now. Boys, everyone, you got to get to the net. Boys is kind of getting to that net, but not there. It's just a half commitment. Those are plays that you just got to battle your rear end off to get in front of the net, take away the goaltender's eyes.
Off the face-off. Bergenheim got it back to Campbell. Fleischmann and Campbell up high. Fleischmann takes a shot. Saved by Hudobin. The rebound there in front. Cleared all the way down. Campbell back. Now Holtra there with him. Huge opportunity for the Panthers to answer back. Fleischmann, Boys. Play broken up by Hainsey. Boys knocked it behind the net. Barkov stolen away by Eric Stahl in the clear. Seventh of the year from Eric Stahl. 2.5 into the third period, giving Carolina the 2-1 lead. Here comes Huberdeau. Weaves his way over the line. Huberdeau tries to split the defense, knocked away. Huberdeau got high sticked, and they let that one go amazingly. Slow getting up. Here's Jovanovski. Trying to get it through to Huberdeau, but it deflected away. Jovanovski again holds it in the zone. Huberdeau. Campbell at the blue line. Jovanovski with a one-timer, save by Hudobin. Rebound in the slot and cleared away. Boy, they missed one there. Commissera caught Huberdeau right in the face. He's going to the bench.
Looked to be a clear-cut call. Huberdeau still looking at his face, see if he's okay, but no call on the play.
25 left on the power play. Dwyer hounding Jovanovski. And the play offside as Salusti brought it back over the blue line.
Jonathan Huberdeau, number 11, Mike Commissaric, and gets that stick right up in the face. No call made. Seemed to be pretty easy call for the official, but 20 seconds left on this power play for the Panthers. Hudobin over to the benches. He's getting an equipment repair. I think he's getting his mask taken care of.
He has stopped 30 shots already in the game.
And Hudobin he was on the Black Aces when Boston won the Stanley Cup. One of his role models is Tim Thomas down at the other end. Tim Thomas led the Bruins to the Stanley Cup, and Hudobin was the extra goaltender along that run and learned a lot from Tim Thomas.
So So 20 seconds left on the penalty to Jordan Staal. Hudobin is ready. The face-off to his right. Gotch will take the draw against Malholtra. He's been really good tonight, and he won that one. Malholtra is at about 65% tonight in the circle.
He's 60% on the whole year, third in the NHL.
What a weapon, huh?
That is a big weapon to have.
And again, the Panthers unable to get set up.
Especially on special teams, penalty killing. Win those draws, you kill 20, 30 seconds automatically.
It remains a one-goal deficit for Florida. Hurricanes led 1-0 early in the second period. They broke through on a goal by Nash. Gotch scored with 5 minutes left in that period. But early in the third, Alex Semin has given Carolina the lead. Hainsey at center shoots in. Gilbert. Now Gilbert and Goodbranson out there after the power play time for Campbell and others. Bergenheim turned it over, though. Tulowitzki. Thomas with a stick. Gilbert steals it away from Tulowitzki and feeds Brad Boyes. Goodbranson jumping up. Carries the mail, feeds Bergenheim on the wing. Out in front for Boyes. He couldn't get a redirection. Lyles after the puck. Campbell steals it away. Great play by Brian Campbell, and Barkov has some open space. But he lost the puck. Campbell there to clean up. Fires to the Panther line. This is Boyes. Little touch pass, Barkov. Circles back, gives to Boyes. Slap shot blocked away. Loose in front. But Bergenheim couldn't get the stick down. They've said that too many times tonight. Loose in front. And a Panther unable to get an opportunity on a loose puck. Look out. Put it right in front of the net there. No harm, no foul.
Got to work to score goals. You got to be able to get to those rebounds. And
Fleischmann is in. Puck shot wide. Hudobin has some trouble with it in front. Bukestad, it had an open net. Someone knocked it away. The Panthers nearly caught Hudobin, and Weaver gets high sticked, and this one they will call. So the Panthers go back on the power play after a near miss. And they had Hudobin pulled out. It remains 2-1, and the Caps are a man up when we come back.
Alexander Semin has the go-ahead goal in the third, his 7th of the year. Panthers on a power play. The high stick, Nathan Gerbe, and this time right up in the face of Mike Weaver. And no blood, 2 minutes, but the Panthers one more time get a chance on their power play as Gerbe will sit.
All right, 0 for 4 tonight. Get another opportunity, and this is huge here in the third. Panthers win the faceoff, but it goes off Jovanovski's stick. Campbell and Jovanovski trying the points. Gotch, Kopecky, Huberdeau up front. Campbell. Kopecky offside.
And that a face-off win. Jovanovski can't keep the play in. When you win that draw, you got to be able to keep that play alive. It came out. Jovanovski fumbled it, then you go offside, all of a sudden the face-off outside. And just as I touched on, just little minute things that end up costing your team.
And as you see on the clock there, that eats up, a quarter of your power play right there. 30 seconds going to go by with the face-off out of the zone. You got to come all the way back.
But you won the draw and then had a chance to get immediately set up.
Well, now Huberdeau, lead pass though, that's broken up. Campbell with a nice hold in. Kopecky. Panthers looking to get set up. Campbell at the dot. Takes the shot. Hudobin down. Makes the save. He saw it all the way.
No bodies in front. The biggest things that I noticed from the Panthers when they're not scoring, even at even strength, is the commitment to get to the front of the net and the commitment to get to rebounds. Brian Campbell is head up, but no bodies in front. Marcel Gotch is kind of there. Huberdeau is kind of there, but you're not going to score on NHL goaltenders if they're allowed to see the puck.
Malholtra and Barkov now. Barkov won that one from the veteran. Jovanovski gives to Barkov. Tulowitzki over to him. Barkov for Bergenheim. Put it out in front. Knocked back behind the net. Bergenheim again with it. Campbell now fires. Cross ice. Knocked down and cleared. Here comes Barkov. Makes his way down the boards. Gives it back for Jovanovski. Has a lane and fires. Hudobin the save with Bergenheim right there in front that time.
Those are the shots you want. And those are the shots you need. Back, the overcommitment by Stahl. A lot of lane, and there you are right in front. Hudobin this time has to battle his way through. Bergenheim gets right in front of Hudobin. This time, though, Hudobin able to get it lying there for the second, but the ref. That's how you score power play goals, and I think right now for the Panthers, that's the only way they're going to score power play goals. Point shots, traffic in front, good blast by Jovanovski.
Face off in the Carolina zone. Bukestad, Fleischman, Upshaw up front now. Gilbert and Kulikov at the points. Kulikov nearly had one in the second turn of the power play, hit the post. And Bukestad won the draw. Kulikov gets to the middle of the ice, gives to Gilbert. Dwyer watches him. Gilbert throws it in front and out of the reach of Bukestad.
And the Panthers just need one. I mean, once you get one, it's going to break the ice and get going in hopefully the right direction, but they've got to find a way to get one first.
Here comes Upshaw. Swings it around, looking for Bukestad, but played by Jordan Stahl.
And too easy around. Don't keep the puck in. Puck out. Seems like their intensity level to me sags on the power play, which is disappointing.
Bukestad working along the boards, able to take away, give to Fleischman, and then it's blocked by Semin. And look out, Semin's got a breakaway. Short-handed, Thomas out to meet him. Semin holds, and Tim Thomas couldn't stop it. Alex Semin's second goal of the third period. Ouch.
Carolina leads the NHL. They had 8 shorthanded goals coming into this one. That's number 9, and that for Semin. On the breakaway, just released right away. Looked like Tim Thomas had it, but I think he goes between the legs, and then it goes off the goal stick. No, yeah, I think it snuck under the legs off that goal stick and up.
And Semin got hurt on the play. He was very slow getting back to the bench.
And they look to go shorthanded. Something they've done all year, and that immediate release blocked the shot and gone the other way, Semin the release, and those are deal breakers, shorthanded goals. Panthers power play struggling, but to give one up shorthanded really hurts.
But again,
Coach Peter Horachek.
That goes back to your point about keeping the intensity
yes,
when you're on the power play.
And bringing it up and at key moments and key parts of this game.
I mean, Carolina's penalty killers tonight have outworked desperation, yes, the Panther power play play.
They've outworked. I was a penalty killer. I wasn't on the power play, but I knew when I went out there that I had to be the most intense person on the ice. You get out there 30 seconds because the power play, you're playing against the best players in the world at all times. So if you don't have that, you're going to get scored on. But on the opposite side, if that other team's power play does not have that, then you're going to have success against them because you're going to be able to outwork them and outbattle them. So even though it seems natural to have the extra man, and sometimes you just sag, but you have to have the ability to really pick up and rev up that intensity.
Here's Matthias, 5-on-5. Good feed. Campbell wide open, moves in. Hudobin the save. Huberdeau lost his stick and allows the clear from behind the net all the way down, and this will be an icing.
3 more than any other team on the season for Carolina. 9 shorthanded goals. League average only around 3.5, so they've been almost to triple that, Carolina, and that was a big one by Alexander Semin. Shorthanded goals.
And especially when you're in a 1-goal game in the third period, goes without saying the time of the goal.
Alexander Semin called out by the GM, Jim Rutherford, on radio yesterday. He has responded. Had 44 points last year, and 44 games came into this one this year. Only 18 points in 36 games. His play has been subpar, but this third period, he's been the man.
Offside the call here. We get a timeout midway through the third. The Panthers have a mountain to climb now because of that guy. He's broken the 1-1 tie. Semin has 2 in the third period. Kirk Muller was a Panther from 1996 to 99. Now the coach of the Hurricanes. He's 10 minutes away from a victory against the Panthers. This is the first of a 3-game trip coming up on Monday night for you. 7 o'clock on Fox Sports Florida. Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Final meeting of the season. They split the first 2 games.
Always look forward to Sidney Crosby, and to me he's the game's best player by quite a wide margin. having a terrific year in Pittsburgh. Good to see him healthy for the league. Had those concussion problems.
Panthers now down by 2. Pass in front. Goodbranson got a piece of it and then put out to center by Bergenheim. Eric Stahl, the only assist on both goals by Semin. And that top line for Carolina, the big players have a 3-1 lead.
And here, you have to be intense. You got to see, there's either got to be here or out here for Fleischman. Doesn't get it through. Right in the shin pads, and one more time, that play's not hard enough. Down hard, you don't get it through. So 2 plays that you're not hard enough on that puck. And those are plays that you can make. Those are plays you have to make on the power play. Get both those shots blocked, turned over, not hard enough, and just like that, it's in the back of your net.
Yeah, you know, a shame that the Panthers can't come back and win this because it's been another outstanding performance by Tim Thomas again. He was super the other night against San Jose also, and they lost that game.
Yeah, and Peter Horchek, this team's in really good 5-on-5 under Horchek. They've come a long ways. And the penalty killing's starting to get going. They've improved so much in so many areas under Horchek. He's really done a fine job with this team. Quality guy, quality person. They're going right. This team's headed in the right direction in so many ways. If this power play gets fixed.
Oh, a giveaway in front, and it goes through Thomas's legs, but wide. Thomas is without a stick right now. Just sloppy by the Panthers in their own zone there. And the Hurricanes are still in the offensive zone. Kopecky gets Thomas's stick back. Here's a chance. Oh, Thomas on Semin, who was looking for the hat trick.
And right now, you better show some respect for Tim Thomas, and you better play for him. This guy's giving you everything. I mean, he's laying it on the table. He's giving you a chance at team to win. You can't keep turning pucks over and putting the pressure on Tim Thomas. The stick, and again, able to reach out with the glove, but you got to realize your goaltender is just giving you everything he's got. And you got to play. You got to give that same kind of effort for your goaltender if he's going to provide that for yourself.
Harrison, blocked by Upshaw. Harrison all over Scotty Upshaw. Kulikov now looking to get a little bit of space.
8 minutes left in the game. Still plenty of time as well. You can't shut her down. I mean, you got to realize desperation, and you got to go all out here for the last 8 minutes and try and get yourself back into this game. But you can see Tim Thomas, he never quits on anything. He plays 60 minutes every single game.
Here comes Huberdeau to center. Throws one towards the net, blocked away by Hudobin. Huberdeau after it along with Komisarek. They get physical. Shore digs it free, and then Harrison buried a Panther along the boards. Played though by Huberdeau. Here's Goodbranson with a big slap shot, but he missed high. That was Upshaw who absorbed the hit. Huberdeau and Shore together now on the ice. Shore finds Goodbranson. Too far for Shore. Matthias after the puck. Good play by Matthias. Puts it out in front. Shore didn't get the shot off. Swing and a miss. And there's some of that effort on that shift you just talked about. Here's Shore again. Offside call on the Panthers.
The Panthers 15 wins under Horchek, and only 3 of those wins have they scored a power play goal. And they've improved so much in so many areas, but if the power play has to be fixed for Horchek, and he knows it. This game tonight is different tonight. The Panthers had the chances on the power play at key moments in this game to change the course of this game, and the improvement that's been made 5-on-5 with the penalty killing, with the goaltending, the structure. The power play right now is the only thing missing to me in my mind with the Panthers, and them really taking another step forward.
Barkov for Boys. Slap shot. Hudobin's got it, and he'll hang on to the glove.
Because they will. This team 5-on-5, right, and the systems that have been put in place, they've started to figure it out. 2 games over 500 under Horchek, and he's a smart man. He knows what he's doing, and you figure as much improvement they made in the other areas that the power play at some time will be able to follow suit.
Now Holtra won another faceoff. Campbell, though, able to hold it in the zone, at least momentarily. Gilbert at center. Drop for Bergenheim.
And with the power play, it has nothing to do with coaching. You got to put your best players on the ice and tell them what to do, and they've got to be able to execute for you.
Yeah, tonight was a night where you know the Carolina penalty kill very aggressive, and as you said, on a few of those, including some of the opportunities they had outside of the shorthanded goal by Semin a few minutes ago, they were just more relentless, more intense when the Panthers had the man advantage tonight. Kulikov, good play there to get it to Kopecky, and around it comes Fleischmann. Looking in front, goes behind the net, Kopecky. Then the centering pass deflected. Kulikov again, able to chop it down low. Kopecky again. Panthers would love to get one and give themselves at least an opportunity. Gotch digs it free. Leaves it for Kopecky, shovels it up to the point. Kulikov. Dwyer right there with him. Kulikov keeps on pushing. And Gotch again, and Kulikov again. It's Fleischmann. Hurricanes keeping him on the perimeter, though. Weaver back around for Gotch. Through him, Fleischmann will track it down. Now Kulikov fakes the shot. Kopecky behind the net. Checked by Jordan Staal. Kopecky's got the puck. Bjugstad now on as the Panthers got a partial change. Kulikov scores!
Okay.
Panthers just wouldn't let him get out of the zone, and Dmitry Kulikov makes it a one-goal game. Hang on.
There's the persistence that you need. That forecheck and Kulikov with the blast. Down low, the battle's some good support, and then just get pucks to the net. Does that hit the Carolina defenseman? I think it does. Or sorry, that's Jordan Staal, the forward, number 11. I think it goes off number 11 in the net. One of those occasions where you get the puck on net and you never know. Just got it back to quick slap shot, but a good forechecking shift by the Panthers. It goes off number 11, Jordan Staal, right there in behind Hudobin, and the Panthers. 5:39 left, plenty of time.
Third of the year for Kulikov. Remember, he hit the post on the power play earlier in the game. And now the Panthers with an opportunity. They'll take a look at this. The War Room in Toronto reviews every goal, and they saw something that made them say, hang on, let's just take a further look.
I think it went off number 11, Jordan Staal, so should be nothing really to look at. Jordan Staal on the bench. Part of 3 Staal brothers that play in the NHL. Eric here in Carolina, Jordan, and Mark Staal with the New York Rangers.
They still have the other brother in the minors here, Jared Staal?
I'm not sure, yeah.
I think they do, somewhere along there.
Good hockey family, yes.
Yeah, that's for sure. Let's take another look at it here. What do you think they're looking at?
It would be a high stick, if anything, if it hit Kopecky's stick. That would be the only thing. So
I think it was below the crossbar anyway. Yes. If it did hit Kopecky's stick, don't you?
That's the only thing they can be looking at on that play is if it hit Kopecky's stick. But I think it went off Jordan Staal. This should stand either way.
All right, we'll hear what Mike Lego's got to say. Or let's see. His mic's not working, but it's a good goal. All right, Kulikov gets into a one-goal game.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I am telling you that, my friend. Great shift by Gotch and Kopecky and Fleischmann. Just wouldn't let the Canes get out. Here's Semin firing. Glove save. Thomas. Here we go. 5.5 left, and Dmitry Kulikov has made it a one-goal game in Carolina.
Cleveland Clinic game recap. Marcel Gotch, number 9. Alexander Barkov, a lot of shots on net. Alexander Semin, 2 goals in this third period. That's the difference. The Hurricanes came in being shut out in back-to-back games. That goal their first goal broke a long drought that they had. 3 goals on the board for the Hurricanes. Dmitry Kulikov has a goal here late in the third to cut the lead to 1.
Off the face-off, Staal drew it back. It comes all the way into the Carolina zone. Well, they gave the goal right now to Kopecky, so they say it did hit Kopecky's stick, and that's why they were looking at it.
The review.
Yeah, because it hit Kopecky's stick, and they wanted to see if it was a high stick. So there you go, another goal with a man in front of the net.
And he started that play behind the net with a hard-working shift. And just watch Kopecky right here. And roll this, but watch the battle against Staal. It's 1-on-1, 50-50 puck battle. And Kopecky wins that battle. And that started that whole play. And then he would go to the front of the net and get the redirection, but won that battle behind the net to get the goal.
Brad Boyes sets up Bergenheim with a bullet, and Hudobin reaches out for a glove save.
That's a design play off the face-off for the Panthers. This is a set play. Bergenheim pulls out into that high slot for that one-time blast. Full splits by Khudobin.
16 shots on goal for that Barkov line. 5 minutes to go. They want to get one through Khudobin. Jovanovski's also got 5 shots on goal tonight. Bergenheim at the end boards. He bangs solidly with Malhotra. Jovanovski for Bergenheim. Bergenheim working along the boards. Good Branson there as well. They get it free to Boys up high. Floats it back in front of the net. Boys blocks it. Panthers working hard again on this shift. The centering pass, though, taken away and flipped all the way down by Dvorak. Now they've changed the goal one more time. They say it's Kulikov, so we'll let you know after the game who actually gets it. Either way, it's 3-2. This is Kopecky. Gotch up ahead on the wing. Takes a shot. Khudobin with a save. It'll cover up.
Those are in plain place down the wing. You just get that shot on net, but even though you don't score, you have an offensive zone face-off. Kind of a nothing play by Kopecky, but if he tries to force that pass through the middle of the ice, could end up a turnover going the other way. Get the shot, get the offensive zone draw. Marcel Gotch, the top face-off man for the Panthers, 54%.
So a line change as Fleischmann is on again with Gotch and Kopecky. And Kopecky behind the net gets slowed down. Gilbert there, put it back behind the net again. Now Harrison, blocked away by Fleischmann. Harrison and Fleischmann go at it. Gotch joins in. Gotch digs it free, puts it out in front, but it was behind Gilbert who was cutting in. Derby goes to the net. Dwyer puts it in front, knocked away, then Dwyer on the backhand, stopped by Thomas. Dwyer again. Kopecky checked by Stahl. Oh, that's a high hit, and Kopecky is down. No call on that play. Put out in front of the net. Thomas is down, and he's able to get a whistle. Stahl from behind hit Kopecky, who went face first. Shake it up.
Thomas Kopecky, 82 middle of your screen Stahl, and how is that not a boarding call? Inexplicable. The numbers, shoulder right into the numbers, face into the dasher board, and no call. Don't understand sometimes. Kopecky, lucky he's okay. Seems to be okay for the most part. Getting looked at by Dave Zanobi, but that was a hit directly from behind.
Upshaw tips it into the offensive zone. Huberdeau with Bukestad and Upshaw. The Lingers shuffling lines for Peter Horacek. Kulikov with a spin move. Now Goodbranson able to keep it alive. But Ruutu looking for an open man, has Skinner moving in down the wing. Skinner holds. Thomas way out of the net. It stays out. Thomas came out to meet the shot. Skinner never took the shot. Wow. Clock rolls under 3 minutes left. Still a one-goal game. Kulikov with Lindholm, and now Bukestad in there. Look at this work deep in the Panther zone. They get it to the line. Sekera able to hold it in. Sekera cranks one up, deflected away by Kulikov and out of play.
This time, way out of the net. This time, Thomas has to really scramble to get back. Comes in front to Lindholm, and who gets a piece of that in front? Goodbranson.
I think Goodbranson tied up Lindholm.
Tied him up in that shot, but yeah, Thomas, he comes out so far sometimes. Has to scramble. That was a good fake by Skinner down that wing, but
I still love it from Tim Thomas. Stop the first one,
yes.
worry about later.
Everything
now,
too, yeah.
They're going to take a look at this one to see if that puck went in.
Across the goal line.
Oh, boy.
So we'll have to take another look. Hopefully, see if we can get a different look, a different angle. Skinner, one more look at it. Skinner, the pump fake down the wing, gets Thomas to bite and watch carefully for the puck. You definitely can't tell from that angle. Here's the overhead. This should be our best angle that we'll be able to take a look at. No, it did not. You see, I saw the puck there. And you back this up. Just keep backing this up just a bit. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going back. Now stop right there. there's the puck. You're going to see the puck come right here. Now watch carefully for the puck come into your screen. It goes off the goal stick there and off the stick and then comes out. You can see it coming back out to that other side. And I don't think that puck ever does cross the goal line.
You clearly don't see any white ice between the puck and the line.
No goal.
So there you go.
You could see that puck come in there, and it looked like because there was a stick, like you said, in there that got in the way of it, but no goal.
Here we go. Semin off the faceoff. Stahl behind the net. Stahl. Stick handles. Puts it out in front. Thomas with a big save. What a play by Eric Stahl and set up Toulouse D. Here's Campbell ahead and Alexander Barkov gives to Boys. They couldn't break in cleanly. Semin twice here in the third to break the 1-1 tie. Kulikov answered to make it 3-2. Panthers need to get that puck into the Carolina zone. And here comes Boys down the wing. Sekera with him. Boys trying to get it up to the point. Stolen away, Gerby. Gerby moves in. 2-on-1 with Dwyer. Gerby shoots. He hit the post. And by the skin of the teeth, the Panthers still alive. Gerby again. Spin move up high. Stolen away by Bukestad. Knocked away, though. Eric Stahl back on the ice. Huberdeau on the back check. Ties him up. Upshaw. Under pressure. Clear to center. Huberdeau over skates. Flip back into the Panther zone. Stahl in front. Deflected. Panthers just can't get control and get out of their own end.
Thomas got to get to the bench now.
Minute left. Huberdeau. Up ahead, Bukestad. Down the wing. With a shot. Hudobin is there.
Accurate collision of the game. Sean Bergenheim. Manny Malhotra. Bergenheim has the puck. He drops the shoulder into Malhotra. Good collision between both of them. Face-off now. Timeout has been called. This ends up Peter Horacek will use his timeout. And this is a play we just saw Malhotra that you're going to have to battle. They got the third best face-off man in the NHL, Manny Malhotra. And everything right now that Panthers do is going to be predicated off of one face-off. There's Malhotra, number 22. You know he's going to take the face-off for Kirk Muller in the Hurricanes. So big face-off, and there's the numbers for Malhotra. Pretty impressive. 899 games tonight for Malhotra.
He's 13 of 20 tonight for 65%. Panthers' best face-off man tonight, well, it's been Matthias. He's only taken 3 out of 4, but Marcel Gotch is 8 wins, 9 losses. Been a struggle tonight for Barkov, actually, in the circle, and Bukestad has only won 8 of 19.
This is maybe a play Marcel Gotch loses it intentionally and just jumps. You know, just lose it and jump. And get the wingers to jump and get everyone to jump down in the corner. I've seen Marcel Gotch do it a couple of times. 5
forwards, Bukestad up high, the Barkov line, and Gotch. Actually, it's Barkov, Bergenheim, and Fleischmann. Panther net is empty. Malhotra wins it. Falk sends it around. Campbell steps up. Gets it to Barkov. Puts it in front. Off Hudobin's stick. Barkov tips it away from Malhotra. Campbell now. Hammers it in with half a minute left. Panthers trying to come back from 2 down in the third. Campbell for Bukestad. Back to Campbell. It got through off the stick of Stahl. Put out in front. Bukestad steps into a slap shot and just missed wide. Inches away. And the clear. Final seconds. It's Barkov. Getting it deep for Bergenheim. Panthers got to get it in front, but Upshaw went down. Need a shot. Bukestad takes it. Blocked away, and that's it. A short-handed goal by Alexander Semin winds up being the game winner, and the Panthers losing in Carolina 3-2.
Tough one to take for the Panthers tonight. Alexander Semin, that short-handed goal ends up being the game winner. He gets 2 goals in the third period for Semin. Panthers had their chances, but The power play tonight not scoring, giving up a shorthanded goal ends up being the difference for the Hurricanes. Another strong outing for Tim Thomas, who'd opened down at the other end. Improves to 7-2 for the Hurricanes. Panthers now will head off to Pittsburgh tonight for a game Monday against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Does not get any easier as Pittsburgh, one of the best home teams in the NHL.
Tough loss tonight, the final. Carolina 3 and the Panthers 2. Panthers hockey on Fox Sports Florida was brought to you by Lexus. The all-new Lexus IS. It's your move at your South Florida Lexus dealer. And by Accurate Collision, the official collision shop of the Panthers. Here in Raleigh, North Carolina, the Hurricanes' big guns got the job done in the third. We'll wrap it all up, tell you what's coming up for the Panthers, show you all the highlights and more. Panthers Live is next.